looking at Wildcat Stadium in Eagan, Minnesota, and this is Minnesota State High School varsity soccer. Tonight's match featuring the visiting Irish from Rosemount and your Eagan Wildcats. My name is Skip Newton. With me, as always, Nathan Cron. This is one of the biggest contests of the season, Nathan, especially in the conference. How big of a game is this for both of these teams?
It's a rivalry game. It's, if you were in England, you'd call it a derby between these two sides. It's two sides that know each other well, don't like each other very much, and we expect a very physical game, a game full of quality. The Irish bring a lot of goal-scoring quality. The defensive prowess of the Wildcats is well known. And so we're going to see if the immovable force can be overcome by the irresistible force can overcome the immovable object. I should say it that way. Boy, it'd be nice to get that metaphor correct. Let it roll off the tongue.
We are excited about Game 2 of the doubleheader. Game 1, the girls' version of this big matchup and rivalry, as Nathan talked about. Eagan coming out victorious 2-1 over Rosemount. Hopefully the boys can duplicate that performance and come out with a win here, but it will be a tough contest, as we've talked about. Eagan coming off a big win on Tuesday, 3-2 over Eastview, where they jumped out to a 2-0 lead at halftime, gave up the lead on a PK and another goal in the second half, but then scored right back, goal number 3, and held on 3-2. The first game out of the first 7 where Eagan scored more than one goal in a game. Hopefully that becomes a trend, not a mirage. However, it was also the first game they've yielded 2 goals, which is more than one in a game. They'd only given up 3 in the first 6. We'd like to see them get back to only allowing 0 or 1 goal.
Well, defensively, the Wildcats, as you say, they've done a good job this season. A number of clean sheets, just haven't been able to put the ball into the net very often themselves. I think, though, tonight, they will see a Rosemount team that does score some goals. They've got 3 players on their team already that have more than 4 goals this year. So we're going to see some of those players here coming up for the Irish. But the Wildcats are going to have to say, you know what, they're going to score a goal. I mean, I think it's likely that no matter how well we play, the Irish might notch a goal. Don't let it fluster us. Don't let it knock us off our game. Continue to play hard the way we want to play.
Get you that lineup here. Eagan wearing their home blues, going right to left. Rosemount, the visiting whites, going left to right. Some lineup changes than what we've seen for the past few games. On the back line, starting at outside defender and defending right now, number 5, Alex Newton, has played a lot of center defense recently. Good struggle there as Davis Hackenmuller, one of the forwards, pulls that one away and dribbles away from 2 players. Also on the back line, Peyton Jensen, John Tesdahl, and then over on the left here is Tyler Walcott filling in for Tarek Salim. So a lineup change there. In the midfield, as usual, Blake Prouty, Mike Johnson, and then new starter Eric Knoll. Eric Knoll on a hot streak, 3 goals in the last 2 games, leading the team in goals scored, so we'd love to see that trend continue. As I mentioned before, Davis Hackenmuller up front. He's going to be receiving this pass. Up front with him, Eric Knoll, number 3. Jake Sondig, number 8. Eric Knoll was right there to potentially run that one down, but we've got a foul called. And then over on the near side, number 7, sophomore Hannon Axelrod. So an early free kick here for the Wildcats. Hackenmuller taking it as usual. Does a really good job typically of putting this ball pretty much where he wants it. Eagan's got a lot of blue back on the line with no Rosemount there. I'm surprised they don't have a few more guys pushed up. This ball is played by Rosemount, a left foot volley there. Nothing dangerous. Easy save for the goalkeeper, captain and senior Eli Lewis for the Rosemount Irish. Last season, the regular season match, Eagan went down to Rosemount and won 2-0. And the game was fairly representative of that score. It was a well-played contest by Eagan. They met again in the section, I believe, semifinals. Eagan took a lead and then gave up the tying goal late. Took a lead late, gave up a tying goal late. It ended up going through overtime into a shootout where Rosemount was victorious. Oh, a nice give and go. Here's a great opportunity, and it's delivered wide.
Oh, he's going to be seeing that in his sleep. I did not, forgive me, Skip Newton, I did not catch which. Ethan Brown is going to be outed by the announcer as the player missing that. How does he not put that on frame? Irish should be ahead 1-0.
Yeah, the only credit I can give there is maybe goalkeeper and senior co-captain Evan Woodley doing a great job of cutting off the angle and forcing him to go near post, and he just fired it wide, but it was not wide by much as it hit the side of the net from that angle. Almost impossible to do.
Full credit to the Irish in the build-up there, where there were 3 beautiful, lovely, pacey touch passes that got that ball through to Browning. And Browning, I mean, it was almost like he had a gift ready for him on Christmas, and he missed opening it.
Here's a cross that's just a little strong and a little too close to goal by Hackemüller. Some nice passing over on the far touch by the Wildcats. This game is a big one, as we mentioned. Rosemount sitting in a tie for first place in the South Suburban Conference, 2-0 in the conference, 6-2 overall. Wildcats right behind them with 4 points. They've played 2 games. The 3-2 victory, as we mentioned, on Tuesday over Eastview, and then a 0-0 tie in their first conference match against Prior Lake. Wildcats.
I think Eric Knoll wondering where that whistle was. He looked like he got hit from behind. Referee started to bring his whistle to his mouth and then thought better of it.
Wildcats with a nice header to Tesdal. That ball intercepted by the Irish. Here's Johnson trying to get at the goal. Nice touch pass out to Axelrod. He's under immediate pressure. This will be a Wildcats throw right at midfield.
Interesting to see the lineup changes, Skip. Coach Boutuli going with a different lineup. And in part, I wonder if it's because the Irish present some different challenges from an offensive standpoint as the referee plays advantage. And now we'll call FICA.
Irish. It's a free kick for the Wildcats.
Call FICA for that push in the back, but I wonder if you have to wonder if Coach Boutuli is changing that lineup and moving some players around because of FICA on one side and Yawson, who has scored 7 goals this season, number 7 for the Irish. Wonder if he presents some problems and they want to have Newton matched up against him.
Yeah, it could be a speed factor there. Interesting how FICA was arguing that call when it was pretty obvious pull down from behind, an easy call to make for any referee.
FICA might have been arguing, Skip, he might have been arguing that there should have been a foul called before he pulled him down.
That was a great pass and a great receive there by Axelrod. Axelrod doing a nice job earning the first corner kick here for the Wildcats. It'll be on the near side. Of course, Hackemüller running over to take that one. Let's see which ball he prefers. Oh, just delivering one to the ball boy.
It's a bit like Wimbledon. Which ball do you like, and whichever ball you don't, you just give it back to the ball boy.
Inward kick here for the right-footed Hackemüller. Put some stank on that one, but it goes up in the air. Lewis jumping up and making that play, so no shot. The pass to the middle, not quite as strong as I think Newton would have wanted. Nice job by Jensen, gets a shoulder in the back for his trouble.
Peyton Jensen cleaning up the garbage there, nicely done.
Nice step by Tesdal, outside of the right foot down the line.
That was a beautiful ball.
Sondag's going to pressure and force Rosemount to regroup here. Early strategy by Rosemount seems to be playing some long balls, trying to utilize that speed, test the back line of the Wildcats. Not afraid to make runs. The key will be making sure that Eagan continues to get the correct position defensively between the attacker and the goal, but then also backing up that player. Tesdal and Jensen being in the middle are going to have to work well together, providing second defender support behind just in case somebody gets beat. You throwing down near the 18. Wildcats forced to defend both. The chip into the box. Woodley has that one. FICA with the quick pressure.
Last year, the Wildcats took on an Eastview player, Asher Azuzu, who was All-State, and I think he was Mr. Soccer or something like that, for Eastview. And in that game that the Wildcats won 4-3 at Eastview, they shut Azuzu down. They really matched up well against him and denied him the ability. He started to get very, very frustrated. And it wasn't until the second half when he really had some opportunities, and the ball comes in. The Wildcats were napping.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened in the middle there. They just let the ball go, and nobody went up and played it. A great run from the side. Woodley with a fantastic save as he comes off his line. Keeps this game scoreless, but right now the early opportunities strongly in the favor of the visiting Irish. They look to be just a step faster than the Eagan defense right now.
Irish should be ahead 2-0.
Some good communication over there between Knoll and Axelrod Knoll and Hackenmuller is both could have made that play, and as soon as Knoll realized Hackenmuller had it, he made a run. That cross is batted out of the air with a foot and played into touch. It'll be a throw-in here for Eagan. Jensen's going to move up as this one's close enough to become dangerous. It's a little farther away than I was anticipating. But he gets another shot at it. Again, getting to choose which ball he wants. This one's deep to the goal line. Tough play there for Knowles. He's running as fast as he can to keep that one from going out. Also receiving pressure from the defense of the Rosemount Irish. Of a goal kick for the Irish here. Just 10 minutes into this big contest for both teams. Wildcats defending there. Could not clear it, couldn't get it to Woodley, but did a good job of maintaining possession. One thing that the defenders are going to need to do here is realize that they are going to be under quick pressure, especially from that number 11, Augustine FICA. He does not take plays off, it looks like. He is going to pressure every opportunity he gets, whether it's the last defender or the goalkeeper. They need to be mindful of that and get rid of the ball as quickly as they can. They can't afford to take extra touches, especially deep in their own end.
Well, upside of changing the lineup for Coach Butuli and the Wildcats is maybe they get some different looks, some different abilities, and different things at different positions on the back line. But Skip Newton, we've seen a couple of times now where the back line has been their communication has not been great.
There's one where Alex Newton gets possession, wins the ball, despite getting harassed quite a bit.
I think the referee's going to blow a whistle here pretty soon. There were 2 or 3 opportunities for him to do so there, and he didn't. Of course, the last thing you ever want is a game like this to get out of hand between two sides that have this type of history.
Yeah, it's usually not a good thing if a referee is swallowing their whistle early. That leads to some frustration on the field, and eventually they will take matters into their own hands. And we're going to start to see things get chippy. Of course, the last game, Tuesday night again, Eagan and Eastview featured 3 yellow cards on both teams. So 6 total, 5 in the second half.
Seems pretty clear that Martin is trying to get that ball to Yawson on the far side. Yawson never stopped his run as that ball went to Martin, and Martin knew that Yawson's making a run. As soon as he gives it to me, he's running.
Nice control by Prouty and Johnson in the middle. Johnson deflects that one over to Wildcats. Oh, a nice ball over to Axelrod. He's got a good left foot. Let's see what he does with it. Crosses it on the ground and negative, and no one's there. Oh, a beautiful cross. Unfortunately, nobody in a position to receive that. Had someone been there, that was teed up for a one-time shot to goal from the 18. Oh, and Axelrod kicks it off the defender number 13. That's Raimondo winning possession.
So Knoll and Sondag are your center forward CAM combination, and right there you would have liked one of them to stay high.
Oh, a great center by Davis Hackenmuller. Again, nobody for the Wildcats to receive it, but we've seen a few nice crosses by the Wildcats already. That is encouraging.
We have. No, but Sondag, of course, is a converted outside back, and Eric Knoll is making, I think, his second start or first start of the season. And so, if you're both crashing the goal, that's fine, but stay at different depths. Stay at different depths and see if you can, because that ball was very negative.
And just for the people watching or listening or both, by negative, we don't mean a bad play. What we mean is they actually pass it back towards the 18 or towards their own goal because they're too deep. And it's the deeper you get, the more you want to pass that back to keep it away from the opposing goalkeeper.
That being said, it's a good problem to have as the Wildcats rightly have given up the two best scoring opportunities of the game and yet find themselves at 0-0.
Yeah, the hope here is that they've seen what Rosemount is doing and how they're doing it, and they've adjusted their strategy. I think maybe at the beginning of the game they were caught a little off guard by the speed and the quick attack of the Irish. I thought maybe Jensen would utilize Woodley there. He had some space.
Substitution,
but I'm not going to fault any of these defenders after the quick start by the Irish of playing a little bit safe and conservative back on the line.
Well, for defenders in soccer, it's almost like the Hippocratic Oath for doctors: first, do no harm. And so these defenders are going to do the best they can to slow those opportunities for the Irish. Irish have effectively three forwards. They're taking advantage right now, Skip Noon, of all three channels. And when I mean channels, of course, I mean if you divide the field into thirds coming across, each one calling it a channel, you can attack in those different channels and create some different things for your team.
Irish controlling play on the far side, bringing it in the middle, firing a long shot. That one's blocked by Jensen. Oh, a nice little flick back by Knoll. Unfortunately, that doesn't complete to the intended recipient. Prouty loses that one. It's by Jensen. Opportunity here, but it's going to go offside.
Irish offside.
Woodley doesn't care if it doesn't count. He's still making a great save.
Indirect free kick upcoming for the Wildcats.
Yawson had strayed into an offside position, but that's a very dangerous game for the back line of the Wildcats to play, as he has demonstrated already tonight some quality in terms of getting past them. Finishing, not so much, but not yet. The Wildcats are going to have to be careful, though. Playing a tight back line or a disciplined back line will be important.
Yeah, the offside trap is great until you're not all on the same page and one guy leaves a player onside and everyone else thinks he's going to be off, and all of a sudden you get a breakaway. As it is, Hackenmuller on the far side. Nice job getting it past a couple of defenders. Knoll. Fancy footwork. I believe that's Sondag. Or no, that was Hackenmuller, my bad. Sondag was in the middle there. Oh, a nice step up by Jensen getting a foot on that. Prouty does the same, but can't quite win it. Now you get a little trick from behind. Not intentional, just got the heel. Trying to get back and play good defense, so nicely done. Here come the Irish, far side. Pass that one to Martin in the middle. Here's that through ball trying to get behind Newton. We've seen that a few times already.
Offside, Irish.
Looks like Newton might have caught one in the jaw or the
Indoor
throat
free
maybe.
kick, Wildcats.
It's really tough to see from up here what's going on. He does not look well.
He's moving his jaw around as he did catch one in the face, and I think that was an elbow or an arm, probably. Maybe a shoulder. It'd take more than that to get him off the field, though, that being said.
We don't want him to get upset about it. Lord knows he doesn't need his 4th consecutive game with a yellow card.
Wouldn't say that that's probably not a record, but that might be creeping towards record territory.
We'll have a throw here. Number 5, Nick Zweber gets my early vote for best hair on the field. Rosemount in the middle. Tough pass to control. Hackenmuller, could not get it over the tall defense of number 10, Eklund. Otherwise, that would have been a breakaway.
Well, Eklund had to get that right. If he had missed that ball, Sondag was off to the races.
Nice control by Jensen. Out to Hackenmuller. Now he's going to deliver one. He's looking for Sondag. Again headed, but this one's going to be controlled by Axelrod. He's going to go to the middle. That one's played again by the Rosemount defense. Down to the corner, still in. Johnson. He's got support with Wildcats if he needs it, but he's going to go near touch. Axelrod trying to make a move. He's got a good left foot. Can't get around Zweber. And didn't get the throw in either. I thought that went off Zweber, but tough to see from this distance.
Beginning to think that maybe Wildcat Stadium, I don't know if it's the lights or the turf or what it is, but it's almost like, as we saw in the last game against Eastview, there were some really questionable sideline calls, and to benefit both teams, in fairness. Just sometimes you think it's a red throw and it's a white throw, and sometimes you think it's a white throw and it's a red throw. And in this case, the lights got us.
Prouty. Slide tackle there. Takes him down. No call. Here's Prouty, and now we have a call going against Eagan. I'm perplexed. Not really sure what the call was there as he slid tackle. He literally put himself on the ground with the slide tackle. Wildcats delivers that up. This is Hackenmuller.
Well, Hackenmuller being involved early, I think, Skip, is a good sign for this Wildcat offense. We know when he hits it on frame, he can score, but he's done some of his best work this season as a distributor or a creator. And already tonight, he's causing the Irish some challenges.
Hackenmuller has a couple assists on the season. As a reminder, we have 7 total goals scored. Oh, a nice fast move around Wildcats. Tesdall having to back up. He's going to have to get on his horse, or he's going to get a bit beat around the outside. He tries to take him out. He does. And we're going to have a penalty shot again. Tesdall dove for it. Did not get the ball. Knocked the player down, resulting in a PK. I'm interested in your opinion. I actually have a tough time arguing with the call. It looked like he took him out.
No, I think that's a fair call. I think that was a penalty. It was, it wasn't a hard contact. Fika was going at full speed, so it didn't have to be a hard contact. But Tesdall didn't get it right, didn't take the ball, and I think this is the right call. The Irish are going to have a golden opportunity, gift wrapped, another opportunity. This is their 3rd great scoring chance of the half.
Can't see the number on the shooter. We'll get that eventually here. And he blasts that one in the opposite way that Woodley guessed.
It was Axel Martin for the Irish.
So Axel Martin, number 21, unassisted on the PK, and that's in the 21st minute.
Yeah, I think that was. I'll say it this way: if it wasn't it wasn't the worst penalty you've ever seen, but in that situation, in this type of a game, that kind of call is going to happen. We saw it a few years back as Peyton Jensen's older brother Parker was locked up. The Wildcats were locked up head-to-head against the Eastview Lightning 2 years ago, and late on, Peyton Jensen had committed a foul against Asher. I think it was Asher Azuzu when Asher Azuzu was a junior, and the referee pointed to the spot, and arguably because it was from behind, was it a shoulder to shoulder? What was it? But Jensen won the battle of the physics, and in a close game at the end, you just know that ball's that type of call can happen.
Yeah, and my judgment on a lot of these is if it had been the other way and not called, the Eagan fans and I would have been with them would have felt a little cheated for sure. So I just you gotta call it both ways, and it was an unfortunate call. The real setup there is the speed move by Augustine Fica on this side. I mean, he went right around Wildcats, and he was fast enough to get by Tesdall as well. We talked about playing good second defender, Tesdall backing up Wildcats, but not able to stop the penetration and the speed. So something that Jensen, the other center defender, is going to have to adjust to. He's going to have to get over there to help out, and just know that he's if he leaves the middle because he has to stop the ball, that's something you can't afford not to do. Here's a wide shot. Fortunately,
goal kick for the Wildcats.
As right now, Rosemount
The shot for the Irish
is
was
controlling
taken
play
off
for the
number
most
19
part, although we've
wide.
seen some good crossing and scoring opportunities for Eagan, but no great shot on goal yet. Eagan needs to work it down there, need a counter here, get things under control.
Well, if this was a boxing match, you'd say that Egan's landed a few jabs, but nothing big. The Rosemount Irish, on the other hand, have had 3 great punches, but only one's really cashed in, but that's still one more than the Wildcats, and the scoreboard bears that out.
Axelrod tried to get through 2, could not, but Prouty has this at midfield. He's going to use Newton. Newton's going to play it over. I'm not sure what Newton saw there. I don't think he meant to get that up in the air, but definitely a wide pass. Fortunately, this header goes up for Noel, but he can't control. Here's another long ball. It's onside. Oh, nice ball over there. Tesdall, the Wildcats. He's going to get pressure from behind. He needs to know he's there. He's putting on speed. Wildcats going around another guy, trying to get it up for Jake Sondag. He's pushed out wide. Ball still in. Nothing but blue on this spot. Oh, and a miscommunication there by Johnson and Axelrod. Fortunately, Wildcat steps up nicely. Axelrod crosses behind Sondag. Newton has it. Going to look for a pass. He's going to go to Johnson. Jensen.
Axelrod just working off a different page of the music there and not connecting. I think Newton earlier, when he sprayed that ball out of bounds, I think he saw Katoro on the sideline and thought he was on the pitch. And so it just at the last moment realized he wasn't on the pitch, but had already committed to putting a ball in that direction.
Rosemount going to get a kick here off the foul.
Free kick, Irish.
There's 2 Wildcats, even with the back line of the, 2 Irish, even with the back line of the Wildcats. Nice job of Tesdall running through. We got another foul called on Eagan. This one a little more dangerous now. We're right about the football 30, so looking at about a 40-yard, 39-yard boot. I don't expect a shot here. That's ambitious, to say the least. However, a great opportunity to chip this one into inside the 18, looking right around that penalty stripe. It's probably too much leg on that. I don't think that's the ball you want to deliver there.
Well, pardon me, Skip. It's not a foul you need to take. It's not a foul you need to take there. It's a push from behind from 40 yards out. Just let them receive the ball. They're not going anywhere with it.
Switching fields. Newton gets beat. The cross going all the way over, and Eagan defense continuing to struggle with the speed of the outside attackers here
Shot
for the Irish.
taken by Ricky Yawson, number 7.
I think we have to give Yawson a little bit of credit. He started one way with his shoulders, and then as soon as Newton turned, he went the other way. And I think that's why Newton, there was so much space between he and Newton on that far side. That was a really crafty move, and hopefully Newton looks at that and says, okay, you got me on that once. I'm not going to let you do that again.
Newton, number 5.
Got a couple of substitutions here.
Number 7.
We'll get those when we can. Number 16, Eddie Katora in the game. He's battling with the ball right now and goes into touch. I believe that's going to be a kick, call foul, and then I think we have a defensive substitution as well. Get that number when we can. It looks like Newton has come out of the game. I want to say Jensen has been shifted to the outside. Here's an opportunity for Hackenmuller, but he can't win that.
Asher Brunette has come in at center back and pushed Peyton Jensen to the outside.
So Brunette back in the action here. He's been missing for almost a couple of weeks with an injury, so really glad to see him back, giving Coach Boutely another option defensively. Prouty defending, beaten, has to get back here. Here's Tesdall. It's crossed in. Fortunately, not a handball by the Wildcats, just a throw on the near touch. Down, getting close to the corner, but more towards the 18. So a clear move here by Boutely, trying to put at least a little more size on the outside with Jensen. Trying to match up with the Irish. Here's the throw. Nice defense preventing that cross. Attempt was by Axel Martin. Now we're going to have a throw. It should be deep in the corner. AR informing Raimondo he needs to get down where the ball went into touch. Long throw headed to the 18. Prouty's there to clean that one up. Tipped forward by Knoll. Nice give and go, but we have an offside.
That's a beautiful touch by Raimondo. That was just an excellent use of the ball's momentum to create an opportunity, and FICA was offside. But the Irish right now, the better side in this half, and I think, if I'm honest, I think the Wildcats, if they get into halftime 1-0 and are able to regroup, I think that might be their best scenario at this point, barring a goal to equalize.
If they can figure out a way to lock down the speed on the outside, they could be in really good shape. That seems to be all that Rosemount has as far as pressure. Speaking of pressure, here it comes. Jensen takes a touch to the middle. That one's dispossessed. Now here's an opportunity for the Irish. Poked away. I believe that was Brunette. Prouty there to put that one deep, but quickly possessed by the Irish. So now Eagan back on defense. Katora will pressure. Stepping up as Wildcats. He doesn't win that one. Fortunately, goes into touch.
It's an outside winger. It's a striker move by FICA to run past it and then spin and shield the defender off. That's seen several Wildcat players in history do that very, very well, and that's an example of great technique.
Wildcats struggling to connect some passes here, which is leading to a lot of possession for the Irish. Johnson with a nice header forward. This is Katora. Taps that forward. Oh, beautiful ball. I believe it's onside. I don't see an indication otherwise. This is Sondag coming in. Left foot off the Irish. This will be a corner kick. Already into the 31st minute of the first half.
This is their third.
Wildcats could score here and would be really against the run of play, but again, the Wildcats need to understand these opportunities don't come along very often. It's their third corner, though, of the half.
8 Irish in the box, only 5, now 6 Wildcats, so another one joins the fray, trying to get something to go in. Long ball headed out by the Irish. They win the race for the loose ball. Now they bring it up the far touch. That one's slide tackled into touch.
I've often been told that young coaches or young people, players, like to solve problems with X's and O's. And, of course, that's a football term, X's and O's. But, I think the same thing can be said for soccer coaches. Part of me wonders whether the answer to the Wildcats' problems is just better play, smarter play, recognizing things quicker, or whether they need a formation change because, as I said, those outside runs are really burning them.
Trying to sneak that one through on a through ball. Good touch, but better positioning defensively for the Wildcats. There was a give and go with no go.
The Wildcats are functioning with two holding midfielders, Skip Newton, and you wonder if maybe they need to go to three holding midfielders across the back, only because that would allow their midfielders to push out farther and protect that back line a little bit more. But of course, that reduces the number of players you can get forward.
Into the game, number 22, I believe that's Noel Eddy. Called up for a recent game, so I believe this is his second opportunity on varsity. Had some height into the middle. Here's an opportunity for the Wildcats. Give and go. Let's see if they can get a shot off. There's a lot of traffic there for Katora. He can't do it. That was an opportunity that didn't work out. Now here's another speed move for Rosemount, but well defended by Eagan. They're going to utilize that far touch. Prouty. Eddy. Can't get enough on it to the near side, looking for Hackenmuller. Nice defense coming back. FICA wins that one. Here's a long ball on the ground, but Wildcats has possession. It is Brunette. Speaking of long balls, he's looking for Katora on the far side.
It was a good switch of the field by Prouty. Unfortunately, Eddy's ball to looking for, I think Hackenmuller was, or Sondag, I should say, was short with the right amount of weight. The Wildcats really just need to get into halftime, maybe down 1-0, and see what they can come up with here in the second half.
Long ball played across. Fika's got it. Plays a give and go game. Trying to get by Hackenmuller, but kicks it right into him. Hackenmuller was leaning back, and I think he just leaned away, did FICA, and Hackenmuller fell down.
Center referee not having any of that. I think Hackenmuller was looking for the contact, but just because a player's looking for the contact doesn't mean there's still not contact.
Nice defense on the far side there by Jensen, not letting anything by. Now, quick restart on the corner kick for the Irish. They don't waste any time whatsoever.
Except that it was a goal kick.
Hey,
that's
if you're not cheating, you're not trying. Is that how it goes?
I think so. I think that's, you know what? I'll give full credit to the Irish. That was brilliant. If somehow they had been able to score off of that, that would have been a massive controversy. The referees, the assistant and the center referee were on top of it. Fortunately, the Irish here have a couple of times in the last handful of years done some things to the Wildcats that have really taken advantage of the rules, and I don't mean in a bad way. For instance, a few years back, there was a foul just outside the 18 area late in the game, and instead of waiting to set up for a ceremonial free kick, they took it very quickly and scored on a goalie who was not available. Not the right place.
Way up in the air. Midfield, Martin will let his teammate throw this one in. This is Nico Hernandez. Tesdall, hard one right at Noel. He's got it. Katora, Sondag in a race. Sondag's able to keep that one in. He's getting harassed. I don't know how that's not a foul.
That.
And there we go.
And a penalty, and it's in the penalty area.
Is he calling an indirect, like, obstruction? So it's not direct? So it's not a penalty kick?
I'm not sure how you can do that. I don't know how you can do it. Well, there was contact, though, between Sondag and the defender. Obstruction without contact is one thing. But if there's contact, it's a penalty. It should be a direct kick foul under the... I mean, outside the penalty area.
That can't be
How in the
right.
world can that be outside the penalty area?
No, he's in the penalty area. I am so confused.
Your explanation with the arm up with the center referee is that's the only it is an obstruction, but there was contact. That should be a direct kick foul.
Oh, a dangerous play. Was on the ground. He just blasted. Here's an opportunity, and they can't get the shot. It's still down there, but Rosemount quick to pressure. So a dangerous play, playing the ball while on the ground, was the call, which makes sense. Definitely not the call the Wildcats were looking for.
Well,
however, they put the ball in the middle, and they had a chance to score there.
Well, here's what I'm struggling with is as Davis Hackenmuller is going to get, he's going to be booked for dissent. So with 37 minutes to go here 37 minutes in, we've got Hackenmuller with a yellow card. But I understand it's a dangerous play. He's on the ground maybe, but he wasn't on the ground. Sondag ended up on the ground after he was taken down. I'm struggling to understand how. Yes, it might have been a dangerous play, but it was also a direct. It was also a foul. Utterly confusing there.
Back to live action. Prouty has it after a nice play by Tesdall. That long ball is intercepted.
Davis Hackenmuller picking up a yellow card's not helpful. Not helpful, especially for dissent. Not helpful for the Wildcats, as they would like to have him on the field as much as possible, although he'll sit for the rest of the half.
Which is not long. We've got just over 2 minutes remaining in this half. Eagan trying to get a tying goal here, which would be a huge momentum boost. Oh, a good effort on the far touch. Trying to keep that one in. Again, Eagan has had chances. This has not been completely one-sided. I think it feels that way because of that speed that clearly the defense has struggled with.
Well, let's face it. The Rosemount Irish in the first 5-6 minutes of the game had two gift-wrapped chances and didn't score, and then only managed to score on the penalty. I think if you look at that, the Irish have had the best 3 scoring chances of the entire game. Wildcats haven't gone away to their credit, but as you say, they have not taken advantage when they've had opportunities.
Axelrod. That one's kicked out by Eddie. Coming up on the end of the 39th minute. Long throw over the head of Tesdall, and that's one where Brunette cannot afford to wait for that. He's knocked down. Tesdall, nice job getting back, anticipating.
1 minute.
Brunette's wondering why he didn't get the call, but he needs to be getting a position here. Now we got Rosemount player down. He's grabbing his chin or nose. Meanwhile, Fika's going to work. Martin's back up and playing for the Irish. Now he has it, looking for an opportunity. Irish just trying to get something onto goal here. We're down to 30 seconds. They've got time. Fika, again, you need to be patient here. You cannot jab at him. He's got that speed move, and he's looking to utilize it. He's looking for someone to lean the wrong way. Nice header out there by the defense, but still the Irish control, and they are forcing Eagan to play good defense here at the end of this first half.
10 seconds remaining.
Header out, opportunity to shoot here from distance. That one's on the ground, blocked. Now it's finally cleared. That should do it for the half. It does. So a dicey one for the Eagan Wildcats.
The first half, after 40 minutes of play, the
Avoided
Rosemount Irish
a major issue early, like you said, with those 2 golden chances that were not capitalized on. But the speed on the outside, especially featuring number 11, that is, Augustine Fica, beat not 1 but 2 Eagan players and eventually got the call in the box for a good penalty kick call, and they were able to capitalize on that goal.
Well, the Wildcats will feel, yes, they're down 1-0 on the scoreboard, but they will feel, if I were them, I would feel like I'm still in this game, number one. And number two, I will feel fortunate to be down 1-0. I mean, that we did not concede. We did not give the Irish an opportunity to build a lead that would be perhaps insurmountable. This Wildcat team has not scored a lot of goals this season, as you pointed out in the pregame, Skip Newton. And the question becomes, okay, how are they going to react? Now, we've seen them we've seen them have a comeback recently against Eastview. Let's see if they can do it again against these Rosemount Irish.
We'll be back in just over 9 minutes to find out what they will do in the second 40. For Nathan, my name is Skip. This is the end of the first half where the Rosemount Irish go to halftime up 1-0. You are listening to Wildcat Soccer on Eagan TV.
The first half was against the Wildcats, number 11, Davis Hackenmuller. The time was 37:03.
Wow. I just finished previewing some of the films in this year's Eagan Art Block Short Film Festival. And let me tell you this might be our best year yet. I'm out of popcorn, so come with me. Tickets are on sale now on eagan-tv.com for the 2023 Eagan Art Block Short Film Festival, which takes place on Saturday, September 23rd, right here at the Imagine Theater in Eagan. With the popcorn, snacks, drinks, not to mention a Q&A with filmmakers, and a great selection of films, this festival is going to sell out fast. So get your tickets now on eagan-tv.com for the 2023 Eagan Art Block Short Film Festival, and be a part of one of Minnesota's fastest growing film festivals. And we'll see you at the movies.
For the Wildcats, boys soccer team, the next game will be on Saturday. This Saturday is September the 16th, at 2 p.m. start. The Wildcats.
Today we're doing the annual Cats vs. Cops, where we play a 7-on-7 game against cops here in Eagan.
This was actually an idea a couple years ago of our police chief, Roger New. He said we should play a touch football game, and him and our former president, Jack Esser, made this happen.
Myself and another community member, Jack Esser, were thinking of ways to try to bring the community together, and he said, would you be interested in playing flag football against a high school team before the season kicked off? And I said, yeah, why not? And 3 years later, here we are.
It's an opportunity for us to get back to the community, get a chance to connect with our local police officers and the way they've been able to do stuff in the community for us. It's a chance for us to have some fun out there and play what we do on Friday nights with them.
One of the most important parts about this event is just trying to bring the community together. We never knew that it was going to grow to this extent, but we're glad that we could just be part of this event, and we just appreciate the community support.
Our police force is awesome, and for us to be able to do this with them, I think is just, it shows that they're looking for ways to be out in the community. So we come together and we play 7-on-7, and we have a blast out there. I love anything we can do to build that relationship.
They do so much for us, so it's a great way to give back to them, and you know, it's a night for them to take off doing their duties as police officers and enjoy being a high schooler like we are and having some fun playing some football.
We're the Eagan Wildcats, but like, we're all Eagan. We're all one team. It's a great event and it's a lot of fun.
Do you know about Positively Eagan? It's a video series by ETV that highlights the good happening in our Eagan community. Stories of people reaching out, giving back, or shining a light on the people who make Eagan great. If you or someone you know has a story to share, we want to hear about it and feature it in Positively Eagan. Visit cityofeagan.com/positively-eagan to submit your story and watch previous episodes.
A small area plan offers us a formal method to look at a particular area in detail. We're looking at not just the here and now, but we're looking at the past and the future, 20 or 40 years into the future. In this case, it's the area around Eagan Central Park. So the Unisys building, the former Delta building, and the former Argosy University building. Together, that comprise about 79 acres and over 731,000 square feet of office space. Because of the current state of the office market, we have high office vacancies in the Twin Cities and really across the nation. So likely what will happen here is that the sites will be redeveloped for different uses. The goals in creating the plan are to collect data, public input, and City Council direction, and use those to communicate the city's vision to potential site purchasers and developers. We've completed the first phase of public engagement. It included print and social media outreach, a digital survey, and 2 events at the Eagan Community Center. It even included an event with 132 4th and 5th graders at Pilot Knob STEM Elementary School. This was such a fun event, and the first time we've done outreach at an elementary school for a planning project. We are beginning our second phase of community engagement. It will include an interactive survey that summarizes everything the planning team has learned, shares the concepts presented to the City Council, and collects community feedback. The planning team will be at Market Fest on July 19th and August 16th to answer questions and collect input. Over 500 people responded to the first digital survey. Feedback from in-person events seemed that people were excited to see the concepts and looking forward to participating in the second phase of public engagement. The concept plans are a visual representation of what we've learned about the site, the market, and community needs. The concept plans are not intended to be a choice between 3 distinct options, but an a la carte menu of possibilities. The concept plans are a visual tool to help us communicate site opportunities to the community. The final plan will most likely have elements of 2 or more concepts. Join us in shaping the future of the area around Eagan Central Park. Visit the city's website for more information.
Welcome back to Wildcat Stadium here in Eagan, Minnesota for the second half of this high school varsity soccer match between the Rosemount Irish and your Eagan Wildcats. Rosemount gaining a 1-0 halftime lead, scoring a goal on a penalty kick in the 21st minute. That goal was scored by number 21, Axel Martin. However, really set up by the speed move by number 11, FICA. Nathan Cron with me. I'm Skip Newton. And Nathan, what does Eagan need to do in the second half to get back in this game?
Well, they've got to find the recipe for success against the speedy outside attackers that the Rosemount Irish boast of, and they've, FICA and Yawson, they need to find a way to slow those guys down or give themselves good opportunities to defend them, whether it's overwhelming the midfield, so as to prevent the balls getting to them, or maybe backing them up, or the defenders up, or whatever it is. That's probably what has to happen. Wildcats are not out of this soccer game. It's a 1-0 game. There's 40 minutes to play. There's no reason to think that the Wildcats can't climb back into this, but they're going to have to do something here, in this second half that's going to really create some quality, really show some quality, I should say.
Wildcats with possession. They are wearing their home blues, going left to right. On your screen has a ball that once again does not get over the head of the very tall number 10, Peyton Eklund. Try to get you the Eagan lineup as we're able to figure that out. This looks like Alex Newton on the far side, tasked with defending FICA. Alex was playing right back. Now he switched over to the left side, but really it's both sides. Yawson, number 7, with the ball now. He's been trouble. It's been Yawson and FICA been the two guys that have provided a ton of pressure for Rosemount. Eagan also putting in some opportunities, but not delivering on those opportunities, as they also have gotten the ball down in the Rosemount end, into the box several times, just can't finish, can't pull that trigger fast enough. The best opportunity was pretty late there. As the ball was delivered down in the box, there was a contact, a takedown. Eagan thought they were going to get a penalty kick at it, obviously a chance to tie the game. Instead, an indirect kick in the box, very rare to be seen. A dangerous play was called, so that opportunity, as you like to say, Nathan, went begging. Long ball by FICA. There's Yawson trying to win possession. He goes down. Good no call there. That clear does not get past the first guy, so it's right back to Yawson, defended by Jensen. He'll stay with him, get in his way. Somehow that goes all the way across on the ground, and no one plays it. Some good defense there by the Wildcats. Nice little spin move here. Katora trying to use his own speed to get past the defender. Pulls it back. He's got Noel. Noel scored 3 games. Oh, here's a great pass in the middle. He's onside. Here's a shot, and it's a great save. Noel on it. Oh, a fantastic save for Rosemount. That was the best opportunity of the game for the Wildcats. A breakaway on a beautiful pass and run. Just could not finish. Jensen. Here's Prouty.
Lewis absolutely brilliant off his line to take that ball away. Skip Newton, and he had to get it right. Again, if he contacts the Eagan attacker, there's a chance that he's in real trouble, and he got it right. He made the save. Brilliant.
Fortunately, Jensen stuck guarding 2 players out there. Hard to do for the best defenders. Spin shot is blocked. Immediately cleared. Here's Katora. He helped set up that last run by the Wildcats. I believe that was Sondag in the middle on that breakaway attempt, unable to finish. Sondag scoring his first goal in the last game. 3-2 victory over Eastview on Tuesday night. Irish maintain possession and reset back defensively. Now they'll play it long, as we've seen all game. Yawson switched defensively by the Wildcats. Brings it over. Just as he's going to shoot, it's knocked away. He goes down in the box, no call. This one's played up. This is dangerous, but it's through the uprights.
Goal kick, Wildcats.
Probably not the first field goal we're going to have today, given the other sporting event that's taking place out east.
Credit that
We're
last
focused
shot
on
to Carter
this
Ewing
version
for
of football
23.
here
It's out of
tonight.
bounds.
In the 44th minute, we'll have a goal kick for Woodley.
So far, it looks like Coach Boutuli is sticking with his lineup, or I should say not lineup. He's sticking with the formation and the personnel packaging for the most part that he had heading off into halftime. For the most part, but the Wildcats need to have somebody create for them in the midfield. I wonder who that's going to be.
The biggest switch, and here's Katora. Tough pass to complete there as Sondag was guarded by two guys, 1-on-2. The biggest switch is defensively. Normally, Newton and Jensen play in the middle together. Now they're both on the outsides. That speaks to why he feels it's so important to put as much speed as possible on Yasin and Fika out there. So Newton and Jensen getting the tough task of matching up against the best attackers for Rosemount, and they are a dynamic duo.
It's almost like the Rosemount Irish are running a false nine, right? Where they have these two outside attackers pushed well up on the left side of your screen. You'll see there, they have these two outside attackers pushed well up and well outside, and then everybody in the middle sagging back into the midfield.
Newton with a header. Controlled by one guy for the Irish despite a ton of blue. Finally, Eagan dispossesses.
Well, it's a challenging physics lesson for any attacker, but you usually can't go through multiple defenders. That time, he darn near did. Wildcats have got to be just a little more aggressive. I know in the penalty area you want to be smart about your challenges, but letting him dribble through 3 or 4 defenders is not going to be a recipe for success.
I believe that was Newton fired that one into touch, so we'll have a throw in here for Rosemount, and now we're going to have a takedown foul, I believe, or is it offside? Offside, okay.
I think offside.
Irish offside, indirect free kick, Wildcats.
Big boot over the head of Katora. Prouty. Johnson loses it. Katora's there.
We'll say Katora has brought some nice energy here at the opening few minutes of the second half. Hasn't resulted in a goal, but he certainly looked interesting.
So there's an opportunity there for Irish. They pass that across. Unfortunately, they don't clear it out of the middle. Here's a shot. It's off. That's the football crossbar, and once again, the football crossbar comes into play. At this time, we would like to thank our platinum sponsors, ARC Soccer Training Center, Melanie and John Willie of Edina Realty, the Eagan Football Booster Club, Eagan Hockey Association, I Got Skills, Jordan Drilling Solutions, State Farm Agency Nick DeVries, Triple Diamond Sports Breaks, The Urgency Room, and Wave Soccer Club. Thank you so much to our platinum sponsors for being a big part of the success of Wildcat Soccer. Hackenmuller playing on a yellow card. Ball's played down. This one's battled by Brunette, who's back from injury. Good to see him. Another option for Coach Boutuli. Again, that aggressive pressure by Fika from behind, or Yasin, excuse me, Yasin from behind. Rosemount left foot cross. Newton is there. Oh, he stops it right in the middle, but wins that one just in the nick of time. Katora doing a good job of winning possession, but that pass just a little too far. Irish are going to regroup here as they come back near midfield, crossing over. Sondag pressuring defense. Pass splits the Eagan midfielders nicely, but now Prouty and Hackenmuller trying to defend. Jensen's going to tap this one up. It's Hackenmuller. Tried to play the speed game, but didn't quite have the right position on that and didn't get the right touch. Looking to go by Carter Yu, number 23 there. Here comes Yasin. Jensen going to give him some shoulder. I think a little physicality there is not a bad idea. I believe that was Tesdall to Prouty. That pass is intercepted. Prouty not giving up on it.
Well, if you're going to lose it, you might as well try to get it back, and Prouty does at least force the Irish back towards midfield.
Nice step up by Newton. It finds its way to Sondag. He turns. He's got 3 or 4 defenders. So he's going to come outside to Hackenmuller. Nice pass. He's got one man to beat. Oh, it goes a quick cross. Here's an opportunity. If he can get it down, he's going to take that shot. It's a long and it's a good one. It's just over the net.
Taken by Mike Johnson, number
Oh, I
13,
love
out
the
of bounds.
shot there by senior co-captain Mike Johnson. Just a blast, a little too high.
If that was on frame, I think we'd be looking at a tie game, Skip Newton. I just, like you said, maybe, what, a foot and a half, 2 feet high? But he stepped into it, and so many times we've seen that ball sail on the Wildcats or on any player, whether it's a boy or a girl here for the Wildcats. But that time, Johnson, it didn't sail. It was a rocket.
That may be what the Wildcats need to tie this game up, is one of their senior players or returning players, their veterans, their captains, to step up and make a big play. There's a lot of guys to choose from. We've seen a lot from this player, Eric Knoll, lately, but maybe it's time for Prouty or Johnson or Hackenmuller to get a goal. They've got a lot of varsity experience between the 3 of them.
Hackenmuller hoofs that forward. If that finds its way through to Sondag, he might be onto something. These Wildcats, 2 wins in a row against a tough Minnetonka team, and then, of course, the Eastview game earlier this week.
Ball delivered in nicely over the head of Katora, unfortunately. That was a good ball by Hackenmuller. Newton steps up, trying to prevent Fike on the far side from getting any possession. That's a great way to stop good players, is to prevent them from touching the ball.
It's a dangerous thing to do, but I always wondered if a defender in that situation who's running with a guy on his back chasing the ball, if he just stops his feet, gets run over. Wonder and draws the foul. I wonder if that's an effective strategy. Probably a very painful one.
The one pass we've seen countless times tonight by the Irish is that little ball on the ground between a middle defender and an outside defender, and asking either Yasin or Fika to use their speed to get behind that outside defender and win that through ball. It's been very effective thus far. It's really the primary form of their attack. Burnett's got a guy on his back, so he's going to play this one into touch. That guy was Axel Martin, again, the goal scorer on the penalty shot in the 21st minute. Down to 28 minutes to play. Eagan trying to figure out a way to get that game-tying goal. This cross is deflected out by Jensen. We'll have a corner kick for the Irish. And am I reading the board right? Is that their first corner of the game?
That is their first corner of the game. Skip Newton, you are correct.
Corner kick for the Irish, their first.
A little surprising there, but a lot of their attack has been through balls on the ground. So, a nice punch out by Woodley.
19 kind of Watt with the corner kick.
Tough to see who's battling over there on Eagan behalf. It might have been Axelrod or Knoll. I think that's Axelrod. Johnson trying to play this one. Oh, nice little header back. But Rosemount has possession. That step up blocked. Tesdall stepped up nicely, but I think hit his own guy. Eagan still can't get possession here. Here's a nice step by Prouty to intercept that pass. This is a potential 4-on-4, maybe 4-on-5, looking for a through ball. See if we can get Sondag with his speed. He's onside now if they can give that ball. They do. He's on. Sondag has it. Oh, and he goes negative. No one's there. Great idea. That was a perfect example on that play. Wow, now this is where Hackenmuller needs to be careful. Good job, walk away. That was a perfect example of the front defenders assuming that was going to be offside, but they weren't aware that the far defender was further back, not aligning with his teammates, that can cause problems. You're trying to draw a team offside.
Yeah, a bit of the assistant referee is going to come in for a bit of criticism here
The
as
kick, 16,
Hackenmuller is
Mauricio
clearly
Cuevas.
being dragged down by I believe it was Yawson on this near side, and still the center referee is Katora. Yeah, that's in the back. That could have been a whistle.
Oh, nice job by Katora to get it back and go again. Like you said, Katora providing a spark.
The assistant referee needs to signal to the referee that that's not a free kick. He needs to signal that that's not a free kick for the Irish. He needs to let the referee know that the Irish player is reaching out with his hand and dragging Hackenmuller down. He needs to give him that information to assist him.
I believe that's number 5, Nick Zweber, who's injured and walking a little bit gingerly over to the bench. Hopefully he's okay, but that was the reason for the stoppage. Eagan had kicked it into touch. So we'll see what the ref does for a restart. He's trying to get the clock correct right now.
Wants them to add 8 more seconds to the clock. 25:46, I think he said. Difficult to hear from here, but it's going to start with a drop ball for Woodley. There we are.
The reason for that is that Woodley is the one that booted that one out when he could have picked it up. Speaking of boots, he gives this one a ride. Noel. A lot of defense back for Rosemount, so Eagan regroups with a small, short game. Prouty couldn't connect. Newton steps up. He goes long. This is Sonde. Can he get there in time? The answer is not quite. We've seen a lot of aggressive play by Eli Lewis. Got a goal. Oh, almost an intercepted pass. This is Brunette. Hackenmuller, double teamed. Somehow spins out of that, goes down, gets the call. I don't think number 7 there, Yawson, agreed with it, but
free kick for the Wildcats.
Call's made. Now, I'm a little surprised if Hackenmuller's going to take this.
Yeah, I'd like to see Jensen take this and have Hackenmuller up looking for the rebound or for the loose ball or the second ball.
Agreed. Yep, that's what I was thinking.
Certainly don't need 2 big legs back there at the same time.
But an impressive big leg, unfortunately too much. Lewis is going to roll this one back out to Yawson. Hackenmuller up to play defense. Oh, and he knocks it away. This is an opportunity. Katora, can he get a shot? He goes to Hackenmuller. He's on his right foot. A shot. Kick save. No rebound is had.
Number 11.
The Wildcats can't get it. Here's Prouty. He doesn't shoot. Goes back to Hackenmuller. Sondag had 2 defenders on him. A great opportunity there for the Wildcats, not only on the original shot by Hackenmuller, but that kick save was just a rebound that was begging to be slammed home, but no Wildcat could get there. Jensen coming up from defense to take this throw. Unfortunately, that goes to the other team, but oh, a big touch gets away. Here's Prouty. He can't feather one through. Now Rosemount on the counterattack. This is where we have to watch out for their speed. Newton racing for this one. He can just let it go out. Wildcat possession. 23 minutes, 23 seconds to go. Still 1-0 the difference. The penalty kick in the first half. Seems like Rosemount is always getting penalty kicks. That's how they're beating us, having won the section game on a shootout. Hackenmuller loses that one. He was ready to go on a run. Katora, double team with Newton. Forcing the mistake. Nice play there. Good team defense by Eagan.
I give a shout out to our ETV crew that make you, Skip, and I look so good. Executive producers Josh Sibley, director Greg Borman, and Jared Greenberg and Tim Shinyan on the cameras. Thanks so much, as I said, for being an award-winning crew here at ETV. We do such a great job for our community, and you guys make us look and sound so good, which sometimes when I look at myself in the mirror, I know that it takes work to make me look good.
into the game. Sion Tapa, first time in the game. He's been playing defense the last 2 games, back to his midfield position. One of the versatile players for Coach Boutali. One centered, goes all the way through, but Rosemount's going to win this one with some space. Jensen, nice job poking that away. Cleared out by Johnson. Knoll can't win that one. Right back at it are the Irish. Here comes Woodley. Wins the foot race with Yawson.
So with Prouty withdrawn, Tapa taking his spot. Wonder if when Prouty comes on, maybe they'll throw Prouty on for Knoll or for one of the other forwards or wings or something. If Tapa can hold down that middle along with Johnson, maybe that lets Prouty get farther forward, Skip.
Newton poke checks that one away.
That was a brilliant tackle.
He's on another guy. Katora comes back to help, wins it. Here's Knoll back to Katora. Oh, a nice pass across. Tapa. Hackenmuller. Trying to use his speed. You could see the defender not even looking at the ball, just looking at where Davis was. All he wanted to do was keep his body in the right spot. Nice defense. Johnson. Katora. Oh, a nice little move to the outside. He brings it back. Eagan has it. Oh, they tried to do a negative pass because their back was to the net. Still with possession. Oh, a quick cross in. Unfortunately, too far. Not exactly what Eagan wanted there, but another good opportunity set up by Katora. He is having a whale of a half.
Yeah, I don't think you could take Katora off right now. I mean, I don't think you could take him out of the game. He's hot, and he's creating opportunities for his teammates.
Nice job by Knoll winning that one after the clear by Brunette. He's taken down. We're going to have a free kick just on the Rosemount side of the 50, and they're going to go fast. And fast in this case was not what was ordered by the doctor. That pass goes straight into touch, and now here's Yawson trying to get by Peyton Jensen. He goes a give and go. It's beautiful. He touches it, but Woodley with the save. Brilliant play there by Woodley. That was a great give and go by the Rosemount Irish, executed to near perfection.
I was absolutely cold-blooded by Woodley. He was so smooth back there and never lost his composure. If the Eagan defense hasn't figured out that that's the play that he's going to run each time he has a chance, then they need to re-examine their game film a bit.
Oh, a nice outside pass there by Hackenmuller. Sondag trying to get around his defender.
2 substitutions for the Wildcats.
We got some substitutions here. Those substitutions are sponsored by our gold sponsors. Ansari's Mediterranean Grill and Lounge, Birchwood Dental, Coldwell Banker, Rami
Johnson, number 13.
Quamal, Devani's, Divine Salon, Dunn Brothers, Eagan Arms Public House, Eagan Family Dentistry, Escape With Us Vacations. We're going to get the rest of these sponsors the first opportunity here, which is right now. Thank you very much. Rosemount on our side. Homestead Auto and Tire, Mark's Towing, Raising Cane's, Teresa's Mexican Restaurant, Wildcats Bar and Grill, Zerbal Orthodontics, and ZZQ Smokehouse. Thank you to all of our gold sponsors for your support of Wildcat soccer. Newton headed that one back. Fortunately won that one away. Eddie Knoll into the game, hits Newton. Brings this one back, trying to find a teammate. He's under pressure, Knoll. This one's popped into the air. Nice job by Tapa to win that one, despite a little bit of a height disadvantage. Jensen's got it. Long ball, that's Brunette looking for Katora. Tapa with a nice stab defensively. Here's the counter attack. He's got Sondag. He uses him. Can he get it through? Yes, he can. Unfortunately, he had to wait for that ball. He goes back to Hackenmuller. Pressure from behind, loses it. Now pressure on him, trying to win it back. Kicked it off of Rosemount. That should be our ball. They did not point in the... Now the AR is asking for help. He's not sure. Unfortunately, they gave it to Rosemount.
Rather curious interaction there between some of the players and the assistant referee, but it's an opportunity for the Wildcats if they can stay strong on the ball.
Here's Newton up against Fika. It's a foot race. Fortunately, he's got help. 1-on-2, nice team defense. Great tackle there. Struggling to get the number from this distance. These 48-year-old eyes just aren't what they used to be, Nathan.
Sad to say they don't ever, well, they rarely get better with age. Well, some things get better with age. Eyesight tends not to. Interesting there that Fika was down for a good 15 seconds. The referee did not stop the game. Referee saying get on with the game. Now the Wildcats have to be smart about this in terms of the ball going out of into touch and things like that, because the Irish are going to have every opportunity to waste a lot of time.
Speaking of time, we've got 16 minutes remaining. The one goal in the first half holding up thus far, despite some good opportunities for the Wildcats as well as the Rosemount Irish. Nice defense there by Newton, having a much better second half. Shutting down Fika on the far side thus far. Peyton Jensen doing the same on the near side, Yawson, although getting helped out one time by Evan Woodley, senior co-captain goalkeeper. Here's a kick, a big one for the Wildcats. Katora trying to get there, step up. Sonday couldn't win this one, and now here comes Rosemount. They're going to go long. It looks like they got a run by Yawson. They do not deliver it long. Missed opportunity there perhaps for the Irish. Yawson had all sorts of momentum. Speed up the middle. Here we go. Nice heel kick, slowing that opportunity down.
Yeah, he's been making runs all game, and he's been delivering on those runs in terms of pressure, yet his teammate Fika just was not deliver it to him.
Nice. Tapa stepping up. There's a takedown from behind on Katora. Body's starting to fall.
Given the last free kick, I would say Jensen, despite the fact we're a good 60 yards from goal, 70 yards from goal, I'd say just hoof it forward and see what happens.
He does just that. Unfortunately, Rosemount wins that one in the air. Now they have it on the ground. Good pressure up the field by Brunette, maybe too aggressive. Yes. The Irish fans wondering where the call is, but I think it was always coming.
It's a free kick for the Irish.
Wildcats have got to start taking advantage of these opportunities as time starts to tick down. Irish are going to take a good 10-15 seconds here to set this ball up, even though it's a routine kick from the midfield. Referee's already said to get on with the game.
Going for Yawson. He has it in the corner. Jensen trying to not let him turn or get by him. So far, so good. Passes back. Another pass near midfield. Tapa defensively on it. They're going to go all the way to the far side as Eagan continues to pressure every person with the ball. Now the double team takes it. Here's Katora. He's got Hackenmuller. He's all the way across. Let's see what he can do here. He's being defended. Goes back to Katora in the middle. He's got not one but two defenders. No chance for a shot. I'm sorry, that wasn't Hackenmuller. This is. That was Sondag. Oh, Hackenmuller with a rare left-footed shot. I like that he was willing to use his left foot too far out. Maybe should have gone a little softer as he had Sondag in the middle.
I think part of me wonders if he saw Sondag late as he was squaring to take that with his left foot, and maybe he said, hey, I'll try to feather this into Sondag.
And right back at it is Fika in the box. Watch that slide tackle. Dangerous.
Okay, Wildcats.
Fortunately, nothing comes of that.
Substitutions, both teams, 2 for the Wildcats.
Crowdy and Johnson back on it. Imagine they'll be on for the rest for the duration. And Coach Butuli's got to do something here. He's got to do something to get a little bit more offense. Katora's demonstrated some real flash. And, of course, Hackenmuller's had a few runs, but there just has not been that finishing quality. Referee telling Woodley to get the ball going and put it in play. I'm not sure why he needed invitation. I mean, they're down by a goal, but
yeah,
nonetheless.
Last thing the Wildcats want to do is slow things down.
Slow things down, exactly. That would be that would be four-dimensional chess there, Skip Newton. I'm not sure how that would help them, but another Wildcat throw. But again, get down. They need just one additional bit of creativity in the attacking third, and they can unlock this defense.
Axelrod is now on the near side, number 7. Came in at some point. Here's Prouty. Splits it looking for Axelrod. Axelrod deflects it back. Hackemill uses his body to try to gain possession. There's a slide by Johnson. It's not effective. Step up by Newton. This is over the head. Brunette's got it. Tesdale there as well. There's no pressure as far as from Rosemount. Woodley high in the air. Both players unable to play it. Prouty is successful, but they're going to call him for a foul.
Much easier to be successful when you have a two-handed shove to the back of the other player. With that being said, the Wildcats have got to be smart here, closing in on 10 minutes to go in the second half. Like, for instance, right now, why on earth would you give them the opportunity to make the referee come over and make it a ceremonial kick? Sondag's just got to give him the 10 yards, get out of the way.
Big boot, but right at Woodley, so not effective there, not what he wanted to do. But to your point, the only reason they should be delaying a kick is if they absolutely need to slow it down because they're not set up. Otherwise, get out of the way and let them restart it as quickly as possible. You got to save time. We're down to just 10-20 to go.
Wildcats have shown, that ball goes into touch. Wildcats have shown some quality here in the second half, Skip, to, the ability to put balls on the net and to create some challenges for Lewis, but haven't been able to unlock it yet.
Goalkeeper for Rosemount playing an outstanding game thus far. Made a couple of big saves, as has Woodley. Here's Yawson trying to split 3 guys. That's hard even when you're super fast.
Woodley exhorting his players to get forward.
Prouty nicks that one a little bit. Here's Sondag trying to tip it over for Axelrod. Goes out at half. So now we've got Jensen, pretty big thrower, launching it for Sondag, but that one's headed straight over to Hackemüller, playing more in the middle now. Axelrod one-times it towards Katora. Headed by Rosemount. Newton settles. Nice pass, Katora. Can he get by his guy? He just pokes it ahead. Excuse me, that wasn't Katora. He was poking for Katora. I believe that's Eddie on the far side. Newton stepping up, trying to force the action, keep it down there. Here was Tesdal defending. One's up and over. This one goes into touch.
Rosemount player was offside position there. Assistant referee is waiting to raise his flag, but the Wildcats have just got to set this up a little bit.
Oh, Johnson with a beautiful ball. What can Axelrod do? Loses the height advantage, and unfortunately it goes out just on this side of the corner flag for the deepest possible throw-in you're going to see. Axelrod brings it back 5 yards, give him a little more of a angle. Johnson. Katora, will he make it? Yes, he will. Did he get taken out for his trouble? Yes, he did. So I believe this is a kick. Or is it a throw? It's a kick, so this is a big one for the Wildcats. It's a tough angle for a direct goal, but it's an opportunity to serve one in. They got to let Brunette get up there. He's got height. Interestingly, Jensen and Tesdal are back. Also some height and ability. Nice job tracking that one down. Katora trying to keep it in there. There's no Wildcat. Newton on his horse trying to play good defense, stop that counterattack. Unfortunately, there was a 2-on-1. Tesdal over to play defense. And that was Johnson. Spin move denied. Left foot cross. Jensen's there, but right to the Rosemount. This is Yawson Took too much time. He had an opportunity, and he just took too much time. Egan's got to be careful here. There's a lot of physicality. Do not want to give up a free kick that close to the box. Oh, and there's an inadvertent trip. Just caught his heels.
Wildcats need to hustle to get back behind this ball, be set up for defense. This is, again, unclear. Why in the world would you delay this restart? He's going to get his 10 yards. He's going to make it ceremonial. You just burned 12 seconds. I don't understand it. I mean, you're down by a goal. You want that ball to be in play as quickly as possible. You know you're going to make a wall.
This kick is on. It's a good one and a diving save by Woodley. A fantastic save. Evan Woodley up to the task yet again. That one had the corner written all over it.
It's a beautiful, it was a laser to the corner. Woodley had to climb a ladder to get there and did so. Well done by Woodley. We're going to have some substitutions, and because the Wildcats are substituting, the clock continues to roll. Of course, we're not inside 5 minutes yet, but the Irish setting up for what looked like maybe a short corner. And right now, there's only Katora out there. Whistle's blown, so the ball needs to be put in play.
Long ball. There is a player deep. It gets over the head of everybody.
Here's a situation where the ball boys can certainly help the Wildcats a little bit by getting that ball to Woodley as quickly as possible. I'd like to see Woodley unload this ball as quickly as possible.
Gus Finca, number 11.
Woodley will give it a ride, going nearly to midfield. It's headed back by Rosemount. Couple arms on the back there of the Wildcat player Johnson.
I know there's less than 5.5 minutes to go, Skip Newton, but I wonder if maybe the Wildcats might be better off trying to build from the back a little bit here, only because the Irish are giving them a lot of space in the back after a goal kick.
Another long ball. It's Yawson again in the box. Jensen taking away that right foot shot. Well played, Jensen. Just a brilliant defensive play. Prouty push from behind. I believe that one's
pretty obvious.
Martin.
Wildcats have got to go. There's got to be urgency.
We are down under 5 minutes. Now any substitution by Rosemount and only Rosemount will stop the clock. Is that correct?
That's accurate, yes. The Wildcats have got to go. They've got to be quick. And you see the Irish are going to give the Wildcats a little bit of space in the back because, again, they don't – if the Wildcats want to play with the ball in their own defensive third, the Irish are comfortable and content to let that happen.
Unfortunately, played out. Now it looks like we have an injury.
On the field.
Of course, it's on the far side, so I can't tell.
It was Tesdall. Tesdall looks like he's going to bounce up. Just looked like there might have been a collision. I could not see if it wasn't a head. Tesdall's not going to have to come off. But the Irish will restart with a throw.
A little over 4 left. Played high up in the air. Noel in a tough spot. Jensen. Prouty flicks that. This is Noel. Nice shoulder. He goes up and over. Let's see. Can this be won by the Wildcats? No, it cannot. Once again, Lewis up to the task. I believe that was Sondag pressuring. Burnett's going deep. Headed back. This is Noel. Does he have another one in him? 3 goals in the last 2 games. Prouty. Cross looking for Tapa. A little miscommunication there. Noel thought Tapa was going. Tapa thought Noel was going. Rosemount says, we'll take it. Thank you. Yawson against Jensen. Jensen, again, placing his body perfectly. Nicely done. Wins it with his feet. Tapa back to Jensen. Jensen looking to figure out how to get this to a teammate. He was pinned up against the touchline. No one got there. Lofted up. This is going to be Woodley easily.
Jensen had his head down. He's got to get his head up there. I know it's a challenge, but he's got to get his head up because he would have seen that he just didn't have a target. And mark my words, Skip Newton, the Wildcats are going to have at least one good scoring opportunity in this last minute, 2 minutes and 45 seconds. But they're going to have to show some real urgency.
Prouty, tough one right at his knees. Yawson, oh, nice play, pick in the pocket. Prouty, but then Yawson returns the favor. Probably took a little too long, but now Prouty winning it back. Unfortunately, that deflection goes straight to the Irish. They're going to do a through ball. This is pretty. An opportunity, gets it on his right foot, brings it back to his left. Now Woodley's in play. Poked away. The last second, here's a shot. Just wide. A little bit of desperation there by the Eagan defense. Woodley doing a nice job cutting off that angle, preventing the shot. We're down to 2 minutes.
All hands to the defensive pump, and now the story flips. Now everyone's got to push forward.
They got to get it deep and got to get something going on down here. I'm a little surprised Rosemount isn't hustling back a little bit more aggressively. Tora finds Noel. He's got nothing but white jerseys around him. People all over the place. Fires a shot. That goes nowhere. Here's an opportunity cross. That one looked like it was off the hand. No call. Oh, I can't believe I just saw that. Jensen trying to field that one. I believe that was Newton who booted it all the way across. I'm shocked. I shouldn't be, but
I understand how you don't want to make a call like that in the last minute of or 2 minutes of a game, but it looked like the arm was well extended.
1 minute remaining in the second
We'll have to
half.
go back and look at the ETV review, see if there was an opportunity there. Here's an opportunity for the Wildcats. Still a minute to go. They still can throw bodies forward. They just have to get forward.
can't afford to go slowly. They got it. That's how you do it. Let's see if the foot race is won by Eagan. It is not. Played out. This is where the ball boys become crucial.
Katora just needs to go. Katora just needs to go, and that's not where you go. You don't go that way. You go the other way, Katora.
Get that one in front of the net if you can. See if you can make something happen. He always spins by a guy. Gets tackled down. There's the call we were looking for. Was that in the box? There's a stoppage.
No, it's not, I don't think so. I think
clock is stopped by the center referee.
We're gonna have a yellow card caution
being issued against Rosemount.
And I think that's why he stopped the clock. Yellow card caution against the Irish. Is that number 24?
Time of the yellow card is 79-38.
Number 20. So yellow card caution to
yellow card
Ethan Brown
is on number 20, Ethan Brown.
But I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Skip, that foul was committed outside of the penalty area, and this has to be on net.
Yes, if ever there was a chance for, I believe, is it Hackenmuller is even in the game? I can't tell from here. I don't think it is.
Noel is standing over the kick.
So Noel with the kick. If ever there was a chance to put one in, this is it. All the players are down there, sans one. Alex Newton is back, standing about the 25-yard line.
Alex Newton should be crashing to the top of the penalty circle, the penalty arc.
It's a good shot. Unfortunately, played down, and that is going to do it, folks. He can waste another few seconds here, and by the time it's booted halfway down the field, Eagan will not have an opportunity to get this one down there. You said there'd be a great scoring chance, one more in this game. You called it. You were correct. Unfortunately, the time has just run out on the Eagan Wildcats. Who knew after that really fast start by the Irish? Who knew that the one penalty shot goal would hold up and this game would finish 1-0?
I'm surprised. I'm shocked. I'm shocked that the Irish win on that penalty. Not that it wasn't a penalty, but I'm shocked that there was not more scoring. I think it's a real credit, though, if I'm honest, to the Eagan defense that they locked down two very good outside strikers, outside players for the Irish. Irish also had a great game from their keeper. You know, I thought their keeper had Lewis had a great game. He made a couple of big saves. One in particular, I believe on Sondag, if I'm not mistaken. Might have been another player. In any event, it was a great save. And then there at the end, Wildcats had an opportunity, and Lewis was equal to the task. Wildcats still, if I'm honest, they're disappointed they lost, certainly. But at the same time, they didn't play badly. And so I think this is still something they can build on. They've got a game on Saturday at St. Thomas Academy. That'll be an interesting game. And then, of course, next Tuesday they're back here against the. No.
I do not know. I'm not.
I am forgetting. It's whoever the girls' opponent is next week. I think that's. I think it's Shakopee. It's Shakopee.
Okay,
Shakopee.
that's right.
Shakopee, and that'll be a good game as well. So, Wildcats frustrated, boys frustrated, but at the same time, some positives here to take away.
Yeah, the defense really stepping up and playing a great game. Evan Woodley, outstanding as always. Hats off to the Rosemount Irish for a fantastic game as well. They definitely earned a 1-0 victory here at Wildcat Stadium. Thank you so much for Eagan TV for broadcasting this game and for allowing us to bring it to our fans and the fans of the Rosemount Irish. For Nathan Cron, my name is Skip Newton. We wish you a very good night from Wildcat Stadium. And this is Wildcat Soccer on Eagan TV.